Bodybuilding won't make you healthy. Now, I know I'm probably going to get some backlash for a video like this. Because a lot of the guys in like the red pill community, they talk about like, bro, forget the women. We're just going to work out and get healthy and, screw it, right? Or we're going to work out and then we're going to get the women and then we're going to just hook up and, like shit like that, right? And it's really hilarious to me, like, how little people understand about nutrition and how little they understand about how their body actually works, right? Pay close attention to why so many bodybuilders die in their 40s and 50s. One of my favorite examples is the bodybuilder Rich Piana, dead in like his 40s, right? And the beautiful thing about Rich Piana is he has a YouTube channel that's still up. So you can literally watch his videos and watch like the slow decline that was his life. He has this series on his channel called Bigger by the Day where he just does like all this crazy shit, right? Now, he is one of the more extreme examples, but I want to go into the science, right? And the nature of how bodybuilding is really not natural. And when you combine it with the standard American diet, the SAD diet, it's a catastrophe. So, first of all, when you're lifting weights, right, you're putting on muscle, right? You got to understand that your muscles are getting bigger, right? But your tendons, your joints, they can't handle the amount of pressure that this amount of weight that you're lifting is doing to you. See, your joints and your tendons, right, your ligaments, they don't grow stronger the way your muscles do. And really, your muscles, they're getting bigger. They're not getting stronger. You're not going to have increased punching power by just becoming more muscular, right? If you actually want to hit harder, you'd be better off with like a boxing workout than you would lifting weights. Like hitting a heavy bag versus, lifting, just straight up lifting weights. Like a lot of bodybuilders actually make the worst fighters, but they have the look, right? And that's what people do. It's all vanity. It's all about the look, right? But your body's actually taking a beating every time you work out because, like I said, your joints, your tendons, your ligaments, these things don't grow stronger when you lift weights. So when you keep tearing them over time, you're going to be doing irreversible damage. Another thing is, you notice a lot of these bodybuilders, they have like severe back problems. They're always going to the chiropractor because once you're putting on all this weight in this muscle, your bones can't even handle that either. You start dislocating discs in your back, all kinds of shit like that happens. And if you really want to take it to a real level, you have to. It's common knowledge that the best bodybuilders are on steroids, right? The dudes who got that crazy physique, it's steroids. So now you're really cutting your life short doing that. Now let's say you're one of those people that says, well, Itachi, bro, I'm not trying to be a champion bodybuilder. I just want to work out for the health benefits. Here's the thing, right? You would be better off doing aerobic exercises. You would be better off like jumping rope, right? Or going for a jog than you would lifting weights. Because the thing about lifting weights, and another thing you have to be careful for if you're running, you don't want to be running on pavement. You don't want to be running on concrete, right? You're putting a beating on your knees when you do that. If you're going to run, do it on like a dirt road or do it on something soft. Don't go for a run on like the street or on the sidewalk. When I see these people running their asses off like on the street, oh my God, I cringe, honestly. Like the damage I know they're doing to their joints, like slapping on that hard pavement for 45 minutes a day, like that's crazy, man. But here's the thing, right? The main thing that I want to really hammer into your heads, if you take away anything from this video about why working out, bodybuilding isn't really healthy, isn't really good for you, is this. A lot of you guys, you eat a lot of meat, a lot of milk, a lot of the foods that they tell you to eat to build muscle, all this like protein and shit. And the thing is, right, you're lifting weights, right? And I'm not going to lie to you. Yes, there are minerals in the protein. Yes, there are even minerals in the dairy. Now, I've gone into the I've done a video before this one, which was the price you pay for eating flesh, and I talked about how, yes, you're getting some minerals from it, but you're losing a lot more than you're getting. But that's besides the point. What I'm trying to say in this video is, what's happening when you're eating all of these foods, you're eating, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 meals a day of like meat, dairy, bread, pasta, all this shit. Whey protein, all that shit. What's happening is you're building up plaque in your arteries, right? You're building up mucus in your arteries. These are mucus-causing food, and plaque is just hardened mucus, right? The problem is that lifting weights, right, working out, that doesn't remove the plaque that's storing up in your arteries. See, you're building the muscle, but the food is putting plaque in your arteries, and that shit is hardening and calcifying, and that shit isn't going anywhere by just working out. Even if you're doing aerobics, even if you're running, you're not burning off all that plaque, man. You know what I'm saying? That plaque is some tough shit. And the only way you're getting rid of that plaque is to stop eating certain foods and to detox and shit like that. But none of you fuckers are ever going to do that. None of you fuckers are going to go on a 30, 40 day fucking water fast. None of you guys are going to do the hardcore shit that actually cleanses you, right? Now, here's the thing, right? A lot of you say, well, man, that shit is extreme. I shouldn't have to do shit like that. I shouldn't have to fast. I shouldn't have to do all kinds of things like that. And you're correct. You shouldn't have to do that. If you were living naturally, you wouldn't have to fast more than maybe 1 week out of the year. But because you've been eating poison your entire life, some of you guys are 25, 35, 45 years old, right? You've been eating your goddamn cheeseburgers, Coca-Cola, chocolate milkshakes, right, for 45 years. You've been racking up a debt for 40 years. Every single bite you took, every single cheeseburger, every single milkshake, you've been building plaque in your arteries. I'm not even talking about the acidic qualities that the foods have. I'm not even talking about that, right? I'm not even talking about the diseases they cause. I mean, I guess heart disease is the #1 disease, right? But it's really not a disease. It's just plaque buildup. And then finally you get a blood clot, and then one day, boom, game over. But you got to understand, right? You're building muscle, but you're also racking up a debt at the same time with your internal organs, right? Not only are you ripping your joints, tendons, ligaments apart, dislocating bones and shit like that, disc in your back, you're also building up a debt, right? Plaque inside of you. And the only way to get rid of that is through detoxing, or you could say fasting, right? Combined with the right diet, combined with herbs, shit like that. But most of you fuckers are never going to do that because you're vain, you're egotistical, you want to look good for bitches, right? And when you die at 45, the way fucking like Rich Piana did, I think he was somewhere in his 40s, mid-40s, the bitches move on to a new dude, bro. So you're not like, you're literally killing yourself to look good, to be vain. And even if you're not doing it to attract women, like if you're going to be stupid enough to build up that much plaque in your body and kill yourself, you better be getting pussy. Like straight up. If you're not going to do that for the bitches, then you really shouldn't do it, because it's not even worth doing for the women. But if you're not even getting laid, if you're poisoning yourself that much and you're not even getting laid, especially if you're taking the steroids, I mean, oh my God, you better be getting laid, man. Not even because that's the right thing to do, but it's like, shit, it's such a bad deal. You might as well get something out of it. But see, our ancestors, right, the cavemen, they had six packs, they had abs. They didn't have, 4 times the muscle, though, the way like a bodybuilder does. See, being truly healthy is not having body fat, having the abs, being on the right diet, right? You don't even have to work out at that point. If you're eating the right foods, right? If you're on the right diet, you don't have body fat, you don't even have to, on some real shit, you don't ever have to run. You don't have to do anything. Your organs are so clear. It's like a car, right? Think of your body as a car, right? The clean, healthy person with no fat on the right diet is like a nice running engine. There's no oil buildup. There's no leaky radiator, whatever. There's no transmission problems. It's like a smooth running oiled machine. The dude who's either fat or the dude who's like a big ass bodybuilder, he's got like oil leaks. He's got oil buildup. hardened like fluids and shit in the engine, fucking it up. That's not where you want to be. It's not worth looking better on the outside. And it's not really better. It's what society programmed you for so many years to think is the standard of attractiveness. So you believe that. But there was a time when people would have looked at you like you're crazy if you looked like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not normal to look like He-Man. If we were meant to look like that, nature would have us come out looking like that, right? When you eat the right foods, when you're healthy, you look shredded. You look good. You're skinny, but you're a good looking skinny. You're not supposed to look like fucking He-Man. If you were, you would come out of the womb looking like He-Man. But I want you guys to remember that every time you're lifting your weights and you're eating certain foods to put on fat so you can build it into muscle, right? You're clogging up your arteries. You're doing internal damage that's not reversible by just lifting weights, and it's not even reversible by just doing aerobic exercises. You gotta really start paying attention to what's going on in the inside of your body just as much, if not more, than what's going on the outside. So definitely some food for thought. Yeah.